and thanks everybody for coming along. I guess we want to use the occasion to launch our posters and our campaign for a yes vote in the referendum on the 8th Amendment. And I'd like to preempt it by saying I don't think we would be having this referendum were it not for the fact that quite a number of left TDs in the Dáil have been pressurising the Parliament for since Claire Daly first brought the bill in 2012. There's been constant pressure on the Parliament to deal with this issue, and I think it's significant that we are now finally coming into the last month of campaigning to repeal the 8th Amendment. And after 34 years, I can tell you from my own perspective, and indeed I would say on behalf of most of the women in this country, it is a most welcome opportunity that we get to have a vote on the question of the constitutional amendment that puts abortion and reproductive rights into the Constitution. So obviously we'll be fighting very hard to have it removed, and we're campaigning alongside the Yes campaign. In every constituency we've people out day and night knocking on doors, and our experience has been really, really very positive overall, some places much more positive than others. But today I want to comment first of all on an aspect of the poll published in the Irish Times, the Ipsos or BI poll that was published recently. And the specific aspect we're focusing on is the question that was asked in that poll, but that didn't get much attention, and that was the proposition that women, do you believe that women should have the right to choose abortion in this country, and should the law change to allow them that choice? And the figure that emerged from that was that as against the 48% who said yes, that they would vote yes in the referendum, 62% nationally said that they would vote for a woman to have a choice on whether to have an abortion or not. So therefore we think the question of choice is very, very important in this discussion. It's very important in the whole argument around the 8th Amendment. There's a real space for discussing choice and the issues around it, and indeed it has been our experience, and I let the other deputies elaborate on this as well. It's been our experience on the doorstep that the question of choice is really gets a very positive response. It's simple, people understand it. Where there might be confusion, and I think the polls show that there's still a lot of indecision about whether to vote yes or no, but where there might be confusion, when asked, are you in favour of a woman's right to choose, you get a very positive response almost immediately. So we do believe that choice is a key question in the referendum. We also believe that we have to get across the notion that the country has to trust women to make the decision. And trusting women is our slogan. It's on the posters, to trust women, it's our bodies, it's our choice. But that means that men too have to participate in the vote in big numbers. We don't want men to see that as a signal that it's none of their business. It's absolutely the business of everybody in the country that women are given the right to choose how to deal with crisis pregnancies. And we would also like to say that choice is about the choice to be able to have a child as well as to terminate a pregnancy. And in that regard, we are very clear that we want to see what were called the ancillary issues in the Citizens' Assembly and the Joint Oireachtas Committee fully implemented, i.e. the access to non-ethos based sex education in schools from an early age and at appropriate levels for the ages involved, and free access to contraception of your choice. It is quite expensive, particularly for people from working class backgrounds, from lower economic backgrounds, from who live in poverty, and also for migrant women and refugees to be able to access contraceptives, to have frequent visits to the doctor for the pill, or indeed to have a coil inserted and to have checkups for that on a regular basis. So those ancillary measures matter very much, but also it is crucial, and this is why the left are very much to the fore in battling for full choice. It is crucial that should a woman choose to have a child, that in making that choice she has access to housing, first and foremost, because we now see 4,000 children in homeless accommodation, in emergency accommodation, and that she is able to have access to proper health and education for a child. And that means that choice becomes a real issue when society is able to provide those things. So I'll shut up. People know I'm Brid Smith. I was a member of the Joint Oireachtas Committee. on the 8th Amendment, and I represent the Dublin South Central constituency for People Before Profit. So I let Richard Boyd-Barret from the Dundee constituency in.
Yeah.